This is the biggest story unfolding before their eyes.
Surrounded by friggin' UFOs.
Of a UFO battle in orbit around Earth.
I believe that's 0428.
Now, how isn't this making breaking news at the moment? A UFO in clear sight, completely debunking every single excuse they've used over the last 20, 30, 40 years about blurry UFO footage, clearly flying straight past a plane at unbelievable speeds, and it's not on any mainstream media or any legacy media news platforms. Why is this? Well, the cover-up, obviously. Let's dive into the footage, and I want to also compare it to other sightings that have been seen recently and the similarities of them. And of course, the Tic Tac incident that happened with Sergeant David Fravor, which is obviously similar to this, but this is an extreme zoomed image of what David Fravor captured on radar.
Michelle Reyes was flying over New York City with her daughter, and she was sitting by a window. But what Michelle did not expect to see was a cylinder-shaped object zipping across her line of sight near LaGuardia Airport. Was it a bug inside the plane, maybe? Well, she played the video back to look, and no, it was not a bug. Whatever it was definitely outside the plane, and it was flying on its own, and it was really, really fast.
Now, firstly, for all the people that'll say, oh, it was a hoax, why would a woman with a child that has no social media goals to make it anywhere want to expose herself in front of the mainstream legacy media whose job it is to humiliate anyone that brings up facts about the UAP phenomenon?
To reach out to authorities to share it with them.
Thank you for having me. And when I realized that I had something like this on the video, the first thing I did was I emailed the FAA to let them know what I saw, and maybe it was a safety hazard. I reached out to them. Unfortunately, I haven't heard back from them. They didn't acknowledge my email. And then I sent it to Enigma Labs and the National UFO Database.
It maybe was a drone. It was going awfully fast to be a drone, but was that the best guess?
Now, there's got to be a point where something the size of a bus flying through the sky at beyond Mach speeds doesn't get connected with a drone. Not everything sighted in the sky is a drone.
What do you think about this Tic Tac video, Ben?
This was incredible, honestly, because it took a while just for us to get in touch with Michelle. It wasn't for her posting it on the app. Someone had borrowed, stole it from her social media and posted it as if they were her friend. So we had no idea who she was. She, for me, has been completely just genuine, sincere. We've now started to analyze the video. And I feel a little awkward saying this with her here, but find no evidence that she faked this or hoaxed it. I didn't from the beginning, but we had to run it through, the proper, data analysis, and it's there. It's very clear, which is unusual. So to me, I feel as though this is probably something not terribly far in the distance, but there's problems with the theory of it being something as simple as an insect, which I would suspect this was happening, on the ground. We're talking 200 plus miles an hour at this point. Her jet is flying. So it passes in about 1/7 of a second, and it's present in 5 frames of the video.
Definitely doesn't look like an insect. It certainly looks like the Tic Tacs that we've seen in other naval videos as well.
There's a whole fleet of them. Look on the ASA. My gosh. They're all going against the wind. The wind's 120 knots from the west. Look at that thing, dude.
And not just other Navy videos, but cigar-shaped drones have been sighted throughout the whole of human history. If you look back at ancient descriptions of unidentified objects in the sky, and also through World War II, the term Foo Fighters was described from pilots seeing cigar-shaped objects in the sky while they were flying planes. You can see the distinct resemblance between the Tic Tac and also a video I took the other day over Woonona, New South Wales, near Sydney, and it also resembles this Tic Tac shaped craft. It shows there's a matching resemblance between a lot of these unidentified flying objects. You can see the craft has some sort of reflection from the sun, but you can definitively see the cigar shape of the craft.
We know it is cylinder-shaped and vaguely resembles a Tic Tac, and it isn't too dissimilar from another sighting that came to light 4 years ago in 2020. That was when the Pentagon declassified a slew of UFO videos. That sighting stood out mostly because of the kind of people who saw it. And Michelle, did you say there was someone else maybe on that flight who you later were able to determine saw this as well?
Yes, I had posted the video onto my social media, and one of the other moms on the flight, she said that she had noticed it when she was in the air too. So I wasn't the only one who saw it. So it was kind of, a little more like nerve-wracking that someone else also saw what I saw.
Well, I hope the authorities are watching tonight, and I'm sorry to say, that you didn't get the attention that you should have when you alerted them to videos like this. I think it behooves all of us to just at least forward the information. We don't need to make judgment on it, but for heaven's sake, acknowledge that this is unusual, and it certainly does resemble some of the other unusual things we've seen before.
And on that note, can the cover-up of UFOs be any more obvious? They don't want to investigate any real UFO footage. They don't want to acknowledge it on legacy media. News Nation are the only non-legacy media broadcasting network that actually share factual stories about phenomena in our skies. If you share any of your findings to the Defense Department, it's not going to get investigated publicly, but they will investigate it privately. And if you come out and acknowledge it, you get humiliated in the public eye. This is what you call a cover-up. The cover-up's been around for the last 100 years, 80 years. It's at its strong point right now in this point in time. It's also prevalent. You can see constantly on mainstream media how touchy of a subject it is to even acknowledge UFOs or UAP. Like in this next clip where Ross Coulthard puts a major general guy from the Defense Department on the spot about just a simple UFO question, and watch the guy shudder even trying to answer it. They don't want any part in acknowledging it because you can see the fear they have of repercussions of acknowledging that UAP are real. This is what an anti-disclosure contract is. If you admit the truth, there are repercussions for exposing facts. This is why there is a large-scale cover-up, to cover up the existence of extraterrestrial phenomenon in our atmosphere, and also the cover-up of zero-point energy that is at the core of all of this, that the shadow government, the Defense Department do not want you to get to.
There were objects seen around the tests that America did with nuclear weapons around Johnson Atoll and the Marshall Islands in the 1960s and the 1970s. Where do you stand, sir, on the UAP issue? Do you have a view about whether there is a genuine, authentic mystery relating to unidentified anomalous phenomena?
No, I personally don't have a position on that, Ross. I read with interest, and I'm sure as you have, and you've had previous broadcasts on this, I watch and read with interest, but I do not have a personal view on unidentified aerial phenomenon.
As a US Air Force senior officer yourself in the past, was it ever an issue that came up in your brief that there were UAPs that were causing issues for flight safety or national security concerns?
None within my responsibilities, Ross.
Right. Well, General, thank you so much, sir, for speaking to Reality Check.
I hope you enjoyed the video this week, guys, and if you also want to follow my gaming YouTube channel, GTA Stories, go over there and subscribe too, and I'm on Instagram, Aussie UFO News. Thank you.